Well, it came. Yesterday was game day.
Game day.
Expendables 4 came out in theaters. And look, I am an unapologetic appreciator. I'm not going to say fan, but appreciator of the Expendables movies. I got a kick out of the Expendables movies. You know, the first one I didn't love, but the first one is even kind of deep. Really about like guys who were older. There was reflections on regrets of like, there was some themes in the first one about regrets about a life, the way you lived your life and all that kind of stuff, and bigger questions you start to ask yourself as you get older, kind of mixed in with all the ridiculous action. Then they became a little bit more ridiculous action in number 2 and 3. And neither of them were great movies, but I'm going to admit I had fun with them, particularly number 3. I had fun with it. You know, not great, but I had fun. So it was with cautious optimism that Ann and I loaded into the car yesterday to drive to the local theater to go see Expendables 4, where Ray was waiting for us. Yeah, and a couple of our other friends were there as well, to go in and watch Expendables 4. I only lasted 32 minutes, and Expendables became the 6th film in my life that I have walked out of after 32 minutes. And in just 32 minutes, I can confidently tell you it is one of the worst films ever put to screen.
I have to see it.
You have to see it. It's one of the absolute worst movies. And I say this as a big fan of Sylvester Stallone. I say this as a big fan of Jason Statham. I say this as somebody who has appreciated the other Expendables movies. It is absolutely one of the worst pieces of garbage I have ever seen put to screen. It is so bad. Not only is I don't know who, God, listen, the dialogue in this thing was, I'm not looking for Oscars in this, but the dialogue in this was so unbearable. Like I couldn't listen. Like every 5 minutes, Ann and I would look at each other and I was like, I can't believe this is happening. I can't believe this is happening. And Ann's like, should we leave? I'm like, no, we got to hang in there. And you know what? I don't even care. I'm going to spoil this movie. All right. For the spoilers I can give in 32 minutes of viewing it, but I can't even tell you what happened in the first 32 minutes. It just gets to the point where Jason Statham becomes a security guard who's working for a social media influencer. And it's every gobsmacked stereotype, bungling foolishness you can possibly imagine. So that was finally the tipping point. Like at minute 30, it was already probably the worst film I've seen this year. And I've seen Fast X.
So you couldn't handle 30 minutes of a bad... When I was a kid, I used to have to watch 30 minutes of bad movies every day.
We had to sit through every David Spade movie and like it.
Whoa. Wow, you brought Spade in.
Fired.
Actually, I kind of like David Spade. I don't know why I said like that. Anyway, so at minute 30, I already knew this is one of the worst movies. This is the worst movie of the year at minute 30. And then the social media influencer scene happened at minute 31. And at the end of minute 32, I turned to Ann and she knew what I was going to say. She goes, I'll grab my bag. Like we got up and walked out. Oh my God, it's so bad.
What's funny is I feel a tap on my shoulder because, you know, I was watching with my eyes closed for a minute.
He did. We looked over to tell Ray we were going to leave, and Ray was
just asleep.
I was so tired yesterday. I made it up to the part where 50 Cent first came in, and I had a big laugh at those lines, and then I don't remember what happened afterwards. All I remember is a tap. Oh,
and listen, Megan Fox. Okay, so they introduced Megan Fox's character into it, right? That I guess her and Jason Statham have a love interest. Okay. So they go on a mission. The Expendables go on a mission. Fox doesn't go on the mission, but the Expendables go on a mission. You do find out that Fox is a part of the Expendables. So like, okay, they kind of mention that in a conversation. But they go on this big mission without her. Things go bad. I'm going to spoil it. I don't care. This is the worst movie ever. You probably shouldn't go see it. And Stallone dies on this big mission, right? To which I turned to Ann immediately and said, he's not really dead. The whole first part of the movie about him getting his ring back was just so he could fake his own death. And then I asked my buddy later on who did stay in the whole movie. I said, by the way, did this happen? And he said, yep. So that makes, but anyway, so here's the thing. This is how little sense this movie makes. So they go on this mission and they blame Jason Statham inexplicably, but they blame Jason Statham for what went wrong. They say Jason Statham's out. So who's the new leader of the Expendables? Randy Couture? Nope. Dolph Lundgren? Nope.
Megan Fox.
Megan Fox is the new leader of the Expendables. They just clearly say, so it's the new head of the it's like, what?
Makes sense.
What? She's never even been in this before. She didn't even go on the mission. She's the head of the... Anyway. Guys, we want to take a second to thank a sponsor of today's video, Mint Mobile. Signing your life away to a big wireless provider is kind of like being trapped on a roller coaster from hell. Sure, it looks like fun at first. They probably even threw in a free phone, but now you can't get off. Month after month of insane bills and unexpected thrills, like overages and surprise fees. If that sounds like your current big wireless plan, it's time to get off the ride with Mint Mobile. For a limited time, wireless plans from Mint Mobile are just $15 a month. That's unlimited talk, text, and data for just $15 a month. You guys know before I came to Mint Mobile, I was paying triple what I am paying now on the standard big wireless plan, and I will never go back. All plans come with unlimited talk, text, and high-speed data delivered on the nation's largest 5G network. Use your own phone with any Mint Mobile plan and bring your phone number along with all your existing contacts. To get your new unlimited wireless plan for just $15 a month and get the plan shipped right to your door for free, go to mintmobile.com/Campea. That's mintmobile.com/Campea. Cut your wireless bill to just $15 a month at mintmobile.com/Campea. That's not even the top 20 of the worst things that happened in the first 32 minutes of this movie. Honestly, it's been a long time since I've been to a movie that is this bad.
I'm gonna be so mad if one of the reviews says, but the last 15 minutes is the best
it's the greatest sequence
I've
in
ever seen.
Yeah, but Ryan saw it and said negative, so.
Yeah.
I mean, here's the other thing too. So they're doing this movie, they're doing all these action sequences, and you got some guys from the raid in it, which should have automatically made it awesome. So here's what happens. It starts in Libya.
As most things do.
Gaddafi's old chemical weapons plant.
Mm-hmm. Is this Hot Shots Part 2?
You'd think. And one of the guys from the raid is the lead bad guy, and he's leading a raid on this thing to steal some nuclear detonators, right?
I like this part though. This action scene was pretty
good. From an action scene point, it's a pretty good little action scene, to be honest. I mean, it made no logical sense, but it was a pretty good little action scene. So here's the thing. This is how the movie begins, right? In Libya, these guys attack this compound to steal these detonators. In Libya. Meanwhile, back in the U.S., the Expendables get told by Andy Garcia, who has also never been there, but apparently now is in charge of the Expendables, comes in and says, all right, you got this international terrorist. He's trying to steal these nuclear... That's my best Andy Garcia, by the way.
These nuclear weapons.
He's trying to steal detonators to the nuclear weapons. It'd be very bad if he got them. And he's conducting a raid. You guys need to get over there. So they get into...
We will not let these nuclear weapons leave Libya.
Einstein minivan.
That's pretty good, man.
That's pretty good, actually.
That was amazing.
So the Expendables, remember, all this is happening real time in Libya. So the Expendables get into a double propeller plane and somehow fly from the United States in this double propeller plane all the way to Libya and get there in about 30 minutes while the raid is still going on in Gaddafi's old compound.
It's an electric plane.
It's an electric
Doesn't even explain the issue.
And I'm like, they're not even trying to explain this. They're not even trying to justify this.
Got some work done on this poster because he hasn't looked like this since the 90s.
Oh, let's mention the work.
I'm just telling you, the only reason I'm so worked up about it is because I was legitimately looking forward to watching this movie. I like the other movies. I love everybody involved in it. I'll tell you, they should not have released this movie. This is a bad film.
You should have just gone and seen Outlaw. Why can't I think of it now? Johnny Black with Michael Jai White. Yeah. I should have gone to see that instead. And I feel really bad because there's a buddy of mine that worked on this movie.
Oh, wow. Really?
Yeah.
I take back everything I said,
and
buddy.
that buddy watches our show. I feel really bad, but this is really bad. And I feel horrible because I love Randy. I used to train at two of Randy's gyms.
I found one thing, a pet peeve I have this year. It just happened this year. I don't care how goofy a movie is, but if the dialogue starts pissing me off or it's just so bad where I'm like,
that you're cringing with every word they say.
I can't do it. It was the same thing with Meg.
Oh, even in trailers, I've watched Ray. Like, we'll put a trailer on, and he'll be like,
remember Ray watching the trailer.
He'll sit here and he'll be like, all right, okay. And then someone will say something. He's like, oh boy. You know, he's done with this movie forever.
I was standing behind Ray when the first trailer for Expendables came out. I was standing behind Ray, and I didn't think the first trailer was bad, but I'm standing behind Ray, and all I see is the screen in the back of Ray's head, and the back of Ray's head, the whole trailer is just doing this. Oh boy. Oh boy.
Oh man. So we recommend it, right?
What's that?
We recommend this film?
Oh yeah, highly recommend. Yeah, whatever you're doing tonight, cancel your plans and go see.
I'm definitely gonna stream this thing.
You know what? Here's the saddest part. Ray. I don't know how bad of a commentary this is on me. I don't know if it's about my upbringing. I don't know if it's about nurture versus nature. If they make an Expendables 5, I'll probably still go see that too.
I probably will too, but
I'd probably still go see it.
The problem is they went away from the old guy stuff. I really like that.
They did. Yeah.
Now they're starting to add younger people, and it's like, you know.
Add younger people out of nowhere with no rhyme, reason, or explanation. They're just there. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching this video. Make sure you like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe to our channel. And don't forget, we have a daily podcast called the John Campea Show Podcast, available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcasting app of choice. Go and subscribe to it today so it'll be there when you need it.